So speaking of smut,
Uh-huh.
what makes you want to read smut?
Um, it's interesting. It's hard for me to like know how to explain it. When it comes to smut, for me it's kind of escapism. As funny as that sounds, it's just an
Okay.
easy way to get into because usually smutty stories are fairly fluffy. There's not too much depth to most of them. There are those that have a ton of depth, and I love those a lot.
Death.
Sometimes I just want fluff where I know it's going to have a happy ending and it's a fun ride along the way. And the smut is just nice. I like it.
See,
But,
you could
a
literally
34-year
replace the
old
word
woman.
smut.
So,
You could literally replace the word smut with mech, and that's how I feel about mecha.
that's very, very true.
You could literally do that.
I know.
So Shay, have
Uh-huh.
you ever read a smut manga or not manga, a book and been like, whew,
Yeah. Funny
you're weird.
BDSM smutty manga. It was not a manga, but a book. And I ended up reading the rest of the series. It was a trilogy, so I read all three.
All those covers, did they just hire the same actor? Because it's always
No,
just
like
super hot guy.
on the smutty ones, like it was just actually pictures of gems on the cover. Like there weren't any people. And right now, the trend in like smutty romance novels is actually like artistically drawn ones. It's actually really nice.
I've never read anything smutty.
One that I read this week that I want to tell you about because it's not quite out yet. It was an early copy that a friend sent me. It's called Undercover Bromance. And this is about adult grown men who are like successful businessmen or athletes who read romance to know how to better woo their women. Like usually they've been having like trouble in their marriage. And there was this one guy in the group who kind of spearheaded it all because that's how he learned like how to treat women. And this book called Undercover Bromance is his. It's his story. And I love it so much. It was one of my favorite reads all week.
I don't know how to feel about all this shit.
My best of the year list. I can tell you that right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how. I think the most. I mean, smut wise, I just porn. I guess back when I was younger, but I just don't. Those plot lines. Is it
honestly a lot of people want a more deep plot line, or they're just uncomfortable with the idea of reading somebody else having sex. That's most people's issue with smut.
I don't have a problem with people having
there's
sex.
The whole religious undertone where it's like, it's female version of porn. No, it's not. Oh my gosh.
I
said from the conservative religious woman, I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know. I've never been into smut. I also I don't watch a lot of porn either. So it's just I don't know. People fucking is just their business.
Right.
But I do think it's funny that 50 Shades of Grey, which is awful book, caught on with like Sunday crowd, like church going people would come in.
Oh yeah,
and they're I was like, what the fuck are you? Why? Because I
can honestly say I've never read 50 Shades, and I never will. It's just.
Is it like the Berserk of
Twilight fanfic is what I've been told, so I will just not.
So Taylor never read it. Taylor read Twilight, and she never got into 50 Shades. Thank God. I feel like most women who would actually go through with the stuff in 50 Shades would call the police. They would be like, they'd be like, help me, I'm getting. Well,
I read some books that's kind of that way too. Let's be real. But
are you ever reading a smut book and you're like reading it and you look up at Steve and you're like, hey Steve.
I'm not gonna deny it. Weeks of smutathon and stuff, it's good. We'll just put it that way.
Taylor needs to start reading smut. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I tell you, it's not everybody's comfortable with it. I can tell you right now, half the ladies at church, if they read one chapter where there was a smutty scene in one of my books, most of them would never talk to me again. I can tell you that right now.
I think the smuttiest thing I've read is probably, and it made me feel away, is when in Berserk, there's a character who is part of it's supposed to symbolize the old style Catholics when they would go in and pillage people, and she's like naked whipping herself in front of the flames, and she's just like, I was like,
okay, that's a little weird, even for me.
really? I've seen some of your book covers. It's like cowboy gave me mouth to mouth, and it's like it's weird. It's weird. You're telling me that's too much? I've seen some of those covers, and I'm like, whoa, that's a nice cover.
Dude with like open shirt or shirt off, like that's romance covers, friends. Like that's just what happens.
They need to make romance novels for dudes with dad bods who come in and they have a stable job. They're not very romantically inclined, but the women are like, okay, and he's decent in bed. They need to make real smut novels, not like this dude with a 12-pack.
Well, that's part of what I loved about Undercover Bromance. This guy was like a restaurant owner. He was a business guy.
It's me.
And right, he owns like 3 or 4 in the town that they live in, and he was getting ready to open. Well, he opened a bunch of bars, and he was getting ready to open a restaurant. That's what was going on.
Okay,
got it a little bit confused, but in that, like the biggest sex scene that you see, it was this not perfect romance novel worthy smut scene. It was him just like, I don't know what you want. You have to talk to me. You have to tell me what you like. Like, it was more realistic. And I loved that about it because you don't see that often in smutty romances. They're all just kind of written in this formula where the girl gets off like 12 times and it takes like 10 seconds. And
that's unrealistic. That's not real. That's
exactly.
Not real.
Which is why it's really easy for me to be like, that's not real. That's not real life. But this position gives me some ideas. Steve, let's try. Like, that's how I treat my smutty manga. I treat my smutty books. Like, that's just how it is.
Have you ever...
Thirsty Thursday now, right?
What is Thirsty Thursday?
Thirsty Thursday is a smutty manga book club that I'm doing with Aisha from Mama Loves Manga, Danny from the Panda Post, and Natalie from Book of B. Like, all 4 of us are hosting it. So once a month, we're going to have a live stream where we sit there and talk about a smutty manga series, like, in detail.
You guys need to get off the internet. You guys need to be stopped.
Why? What's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing.
I'm just kidding.
I can't even tell you how many people are like, oh my gosh, yes, talk about the smutty mangas.
I can hear Dylan saying yes, queen in my brain.
Oh yeah. There was definitely a yes, queen comment on my video, so.
Oh my god.
I love Dylan. Dylan's one of my favorite human ever.
Dylan is, dude, seriously, like one of the nicest people I've ever talked to on Twitter.
He's just so genuine. He's so
himself, and he's so deliciously flamboyant. Like, he is just I love
Dylan
it.
is just Dylan, and I love Dylan for being Dylan.
He's the funniest fucking dude on my Twitter feed. I'll be
he's so
scrolling
funny.
and he'll just post up. He did a gay remake of the Pokemon theme song.
I know, it was amazing, right?
I was dying.
I laughed so hard.
Dying.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
And he does stuff like that all the time.
All the time. And he's a total bear. And I know a guy in real life who thinks Dylan is absolutely hot. And I'm like, because he loves
Look
bears.
him up, man.
I should be like, Dylan, do you come to Central Illinois? Get some strange, write a smutty book about it. So have you ever read a smutty book and had to close it because you're like, this is too much. There's too much detail.
No.
Because I've picked up
Give
some
me all the
books
details, man.
All the details? Ugh.
Why not?
Oh man.
How can you improve your own sex life if you don't know the details?
I don't have sex, so I'm a virgin. We had the baby.
That's a big fat lie. You have a child.
Well, yeah, but that's the reason why we don't. It's just it stopped once that happens. Because once they're around, it's just like any chance you get. Where?
She's old enough now that should be better.
Yes and no. You know. I mean, one of my favorite things that I quote all the time, and Taylor gets really mad about it, is Senator Rob Ford over in Canada. He passed away, but he was trying to eat out one of his employees, like try to eat her out, and she, accused him of it. And on air, he goes, I just want he just addresses it randomly. He's like, I just want to address these allegations. He goes, I've got plenty to eat at home, and I do not need any more. And I quote that all the time. They're like, shut the fuck up, Flippo. Yeah, people who commit premarital intercourse are filled with sin. I do joke. Like when people come into the restaurant and they assume that me and Taylor had a baby out of wedlock. I always joke and go, we're not sinners in this house. And some people take deep offense to that. I'm like, I'm just kidding. I don't actually believe that. I'm totally 100% joking.
Right.
But yeah, so when are you gonna read Berserk?
Never.
I will read a smutty book series if you read one arc in Berserk.
Is there rape in said arc?
No, I'm actually going to.
If there's rape, I won't read it. Rape is never read, especially in manga.
I don't. Oh my god, Sam, you're getting a timeout.
Thank you, Sam.
There is Sam. No, I'm trying to think of if I can get her to start at a certain volume, she can read the Golden Age arc without rape. Like there is like if she can read a handful. There's a lot of rape in Berserk actually. Like now I'm trying to like wrap my brain around it.
Which is exactly why I won't read it, honey. You know this. I've told you this multiple times.
You know, Berserk is the #1 manga, as Base says. Yes, it is. It literally is the top rated manga.
Yes, I do know that it is a very highly loved manga, and everybody can read it as much as they want. I'm not going to fault them.
Everyone has their triggers. Like I can't.
I just know it's not something for me.
I just can't stand lollies.
No, I get that.
Just like Sam says, Golden Age arc without rape really takes away from some crucial character development. It's true. That's a very, let's not talk about rape. Rape sucks.
Yeah, really. I
was sexually assaulted one time, and in hindsight, it's really funny to me, but at the time I was really, I took a waitress home. She was older than me, and she grabbed my dick in her driveway where her husband was at. Like there, and she's like, "You want to come in and fuck?" And I was like, "No." And then she's like, "Come on," and like started like rub it, try to kiss me. And I was like, "Tara, no." And then when she realized that wasn't gonna happen, she started crying, and she's like, "Don't tell your mom and dad." So the first thing I did was I was like, "Hey, mom, Tara grabbed my dick. I feel really confused about this." She was just like, "Did you do it?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Well, good. Just she's a dumb bitch. Fuck her." I was like, "Okay." It's pretty. It's in hindsight, it's funny, but that's not funny to a lot of people. So
no, it's something that's actually a really sensitive subject for me, which is why I don't read it.
Okay, well, let's talk about something.
Let's just say marriage #1 was not all it was cracked up to be.
I'm gonna stab that motherfucker.
You're not the only one who wants to.
I would take a bullet for you, Shay. You are so sweet.
Aw, Flip.
For real, you are. You and like. I think Sam is just like a male version of you. He's very sweet, you know. So I would take a bullet for you too, for sure.
Well, I take that as a compliment because Sam is a genuine human, and I adore him.
Sam is awesome, and most of the guys in the
Sam's
chat,
good people.
Sam is good people. So is Based. I think.
Yeah, I agree. Based is so pure, despite his grumpy outside. He's a pure human.
Oh, he is a sweetheart. He's my favorite thing. Speaking of Based and then Simply G is when she was talking about shoujo manga and. Base tweeted, "Yeah, I'm not going to recommend Cosmopolitan to my friends or something like that." And I knew what he was getting at, but other people took it very wrong, and I was dying. I thought that was pretty funny. Sam equal great guy. Yeah, Sam is a great guy. Sam randomly texts me like randomly throughout the week. Like sometimes like it'll go like a couple weeks without it, but he'll just go, "Hey man, really glad that we're friends, or really glad that we met." And I'm just like,
well, you do that to me too.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm trying to pay it forward. You know, I'm trying to keep the positive vibes.
Randomly, I just get this message, Shay, I just love you. You have to know that. And I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, Shay, you're kick ass.
Flip's like my baby bro. Because you are younger than my younger brother.
Wait, what? How old's your younger brother?
31.
Oh, so your parents had him like boom, 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 boom.
There's a 5-year spread between the three of us. So my older brother's 2 years older than me, and then my younger brother's 3 years younger.
That's still pretty fast, though.
Considering where I live, that's pretty well spaced.
True. I think we're not actively trying for a second one. We're just not preventing, which is a very PG way of saying what I think I've said in other streams. I don't want to say it in front of you because it might offend you, but
oh god, why?
So when you tell somebody, "Hey, we're trying,"
I read so many books, dude. I'm not as easily offended as you think I am.
Okay. So when you say, "Hey, we're trying to have a kid," that is just a very polite way of saying I'm dumping loads into my wife, and we're actively. That's what that is. So every time someone comes in and they're like, "We're trying to have a baby," I'm just like, I look at them and I'm like, "You sinners."
I don't need to know how active you are in the bedroom. Thanks for that.
Exactly. Flip, do you have a number that you'd like to have kids wise? Well, I wanted 0, but then once I got the taste of it, I was like, "Oh, I love being a dad." So, if I get the boy next and I get the set, I get the set, I'm done. But I have a feeling I'm going to be like my uncle who had 4 girls and then a boy. So, and plus,
I'll just be grateful if I have any. That's where I'm at.
I actually, I said a little prayer. I was like, thought of you, and I threw that in there because I knew that you and Steve both want that really bad. So.
Thanks.
But
it
then
does
again,
mean a lot to us.
But then again, you guys could save all your money, travel the world, not have to.
Steve hates travel.
Get rid of Steve. Go travel.
I'm not going to get rid of Steve. Thank you very much. He's like the best thing in my life. So no, I'm not getting rid of him.
He's a very sweet guy. Is he so like when he's on stream, does he put on a little bit of like a character shtick, like because he seems very like grumpy sometimes?
No, that's just who he is.
That's just who he is. Grumpy old Steve.
And that's why he needs me to balance him out.
I mean, it's just like me and Taylor. I'm like you. I'm like hyper. I'm usually pretty much in a good mood. And then Taylor's more of the serious one of the relationship. But
she's like, "Calm down, Flip."
Yeah. And sometimes she's like trying, like not trying, but like she'll start getting goofy, and it takes me by surprise. I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, you don't normally act like that." Like the other day, what was it? She played some song which is out of her wheelhouse, like some hip hop song, and she just started twerking in front of me, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? You don't ever do this. Like, what is going on?" And of course, she's like, "I can't do it right," and I'm like, "Well, just stop practicing." She's a goofball. Oh no, Dubs Not Subs is in here, dude. Speaking of people,
hi Dubs. Everybody go sub to Dubs.
Yeah, go subs to he is
he's good people.
He is good people. I think he's 20, from what I understand, and he's so smart. I can tell, like, just from him talking, he's very intelligent. His content is quality, and then the best.
Right, and he invited me to be part of his little awards show. That was really fun. And
yeah, that was cool as hell.
Back and forth, and he was seriously just so sweet, so easy to work with.
Super nice guy. Everyone should go.
I would just ask him a question, and he always had an answer, and it was great. He's good people.
Sounds like a harlot being enticed by lust.
Who, me or Flip?
Me. I guess, yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I think my wife is the most beautiful thing in the world, so I'm like constantly just looking at her like, put the kid to sleep. Come on. Just put her in the headlock.
Okay, so the weirdest thing in the world, for me, is Steve is a very unique human. What he's attracted to on me is not what any other guy I've been with is attracted to on me. He's a legs and butt man.
Like, well, your earlobes?
It does not make sense to me.
Okay.
All the other guys, it was the top half because I've always been busty ever since I was a 7th grader with a C cup. Like, I was always busty.
The fuck's in the water in Utah?
I blame it on double genetics because both sides are busty genetically. So I got the double whammy on
it. Okay. The first thing I noticed on Taylor, besides she's gorgeous, was her butt. She walked by and I was like, damn. And then she's also busty. So it's just like best of both worlds, you know? And then my wife, she's you're a woman, you know how this is. You guys are
now they're in the chat talking about feet.
I'm not like sexually attracted to feet, but like they have to be well taken care of, you know?
Mm-hmm, I agree.
Like, if you're having sex with someone and their feet are fucking disgusting, it's feet and teeth are like my big triggers. Like if you like, you know, like in the wintertime when you guys hibernate and you guys don't shave your legs, you know, like during
I can't do that actually. So
well, sometimes
I don't just not shave. Sorry.
People, you know, some girls don't do that. It's a thing. And that doesn't bother me.
Well, see me, I'm one of those people that I had eczema when I was born and I never grew out of it.
Oh,
if it gets too long, my legs actually get super irritated and it breaks out like in a rash. So I have to shave regularly.
Really?
Just a little TMI, I guess.
I think it's the Italian in me that doesn't mind it. So
Steve doesn't care, but
so what's something on Steve that you like? Like, does he got like some good
all of him?
All of them? Like, does he have like a nice butt? Like, he seems like he has like a nice bubble butt.
I don't think you would want me to talk about it on stream, so I'm not going to.
Just nod your head yes or no. Is he packing? I'm just kidding.
That's all I need to say.
Hey, you're very.
Needless to say, it was a huge upgrade from Marriage 1 to Marriage 2.
Keyword huge. That is
it's a huge upgrade from Marriage 1 to Marriage 2.
I feel bad for Taylor because she's just like, it's just me, you know, like no other like playing field to like compare to. I'm just like, just me, I guess, you know. So not safe for work stream, yeah.
My virgin.
Holy moly!
Oh, I'm dying. It's the best.
Base cracks me up because he has wet tattooed on him. Like he just Base probably has a couple kids in Florida. I think every Florida man has a couple random knuckle children running around. Which is my favorite term, knuckle children, blasting rope. There's so many good terms about that. It's so good. And, you know, like for you guys, I always say like DJ hero. You know, like that's like flicking the bean.
Okay, time for a change of conversation. Somebody asked us a question. Like, we're going down a road I don't want to go down.
Don't you even flip me. You're reading smutty books where people are talking like this in a very mature way. Instead of being like flicking the bean, they're like, you know.
Technical terms? Yeah.
Which is kind of more of a turnoff. If someone was like, hey, would you like to have sex with my vagina? I'd be like, no. That's
not how they get there. They're giving you descriptions of what they're doing to it. That's why it works.
Have you ever played DJ Hero the game, like for real? Like the actual game?
No.
Yeah. Oh, it was I liked it more than Guitar Hero. Shay didn't sign up for this.
This is true.
But
I did not expect us to spend the first half an hour or the first 25 minutes of this stream talking about smut.
Yeah, I didn't think we would. Honestly, I don't think I knew enough or could carry a conversation about sex and smut. So, because I'm very vanilla, I am like boring. So, I
everyone up your game. Read some romance novels.
Dude, I'm gonna have to up my. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like. I'm gonna be like. All right, Tay, hang on 1 second. I need to take notes. Okay. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can physically do that. I'm gonna write a smutty book about a chubby Italian
guy with dad bod.
A guy with dad bod. He's super good looking though, like face wise. That's the only thing he's got going for him. And he meets this girl from a small town, and within 4 months they're married, and just the sex is crazy, and then they have a kid, and just life is great. Flip, I'm very vanilla and boring. Also stands Lady Farnese though. That's because it's so exotic, Sam. It's so weird. It's like, whoa, god damn it. Do you know what Poshmark is?
Yeah. I don't use it, but I know what it is.
That's where I got Taylor's Louis Vuitton.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like trying to, because her birthday's coming up, so I've been trying to like, she's not gonna see this, so I've been trying
Is she
to like,
sleeping?
I think she's putting the baby to sleep, and then she is going to go walk on the treadmill. So I've
Got
been
it.
I get notifications all the time. So I'm trying to find her a Burberry wallet or a Louis Vuitton wallet to match her purse. What is do you like purses? Because I feel like there's a couple
I
of things
prefer
that
geeky purses, so I'm kind
okay.
of that weird
Like
exception.
I feel like there's a couple of
Designer
things.
purses don't do anything for me. I've had Dooney and Burks before. They were gifts from my former mother-in-law.
Purses don't do anything for me because I don't use them. But
Right.
but Taylor never asked. Like she doesn't have a lot of name brand clothing. She's very modest, and for whatever reason, last year, like in January of last year, she was like, I wouldn't mind having a Louis Vuitton. So I actively saved money, all like just like $20 here, $5 here. Like at the end of each week, I would budget and like cut, And so then when Christmas time came, I had enough saved up to buy her Gucci sunglasses, a Louis Vuitton purse, a Burberry scarf. I bought her like 10 albums on vinyl.
You spoiled her, as you should, as her husband.
I spoiled the shit out of her, and she. It's funny though, because when I got the purse, I got everything shipped to my parents' house. So when I got to work, my dad's like, "Hey, you have a box," and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna run back home," because Taylor was putting the baby to bed to take a nap with her. I'm gonna sneak it inside. So I'm like walking upstairs, and I'm getting close to my room, and she's just sitting there. Hi, and I'm like, "What? And she goes, "What's in the box?" I'm like, nothing, because I was on a buy ban, so she thought it was like me buying stuff and trying to sneak it in. And she's like, "Let me see." I'm like, "It's your Christmas present." She goes, "I'll let you open yours if you let me open mine." So by the time Christmas came, we had no gifts to open, because every time I get something, I try to sneak it in. And one time, Bizarre talked to me for 2 hours while I was at Walmart, just going through vinyl records, trying to find her a gift. Shout out to Bizarre.
Bizarre's good people. He and I talk every day.
Yeah, we talk mostly every day. Usually super late because he works like the same time I'm at work, which is good. But I love you, Michael. So your real name is spelled a little differently than what?
Yeah, it's Shala and pronounced Shayla.
Because every time I go to look,
technically it's spelled phonetically if you go by English phonetics, but nobody spells names phonetically, so they don't know what to do with me.
My best friend, his last name is spelled Boehle. What do you think that is?
Bull.
It's Bailey. It's I think.
Then again, the most bizarre spelling I've ever seen of Shayla is Xela. Because there's a mountain range in South America somewhere spelt that way, and it's pronounced Shayla in Spanish. So
Spanish people are weird.
LDS guys who went and served missions there, and then they come home and that's what they name their daughters. I feel bad for these poor girls.
My name's Zayla. Xayla. I'm trying to I don't know what we're gonna name. Naming is hard, especially luckily we named my daughter.
Steve and I have a girl name and a boy name.
What are they?
For a girl, it's Lily.
I like that a lot.
We go back and forth between the two. And then for a boy, it's Porter.
I like that. Those are good names. Those are names you don't hear.
That's actually, Porter's a family name for me. Okay.
Oh. We named our daughter Brigida because that's my mom's. It's a family name. So my mom's named that. Her aunt was named that, and then the grandmother was named that. It just goes down the line. If we have a second,
I'll probably pass on my middle name to a daughter. Because the root of my middle name is associated with my great grandmother on my mother's side first name.
Okay.
And so my grandma had that middle name, my mom had that middle name, and I have that middle name. So if I have a daughter, I would pass that along.
We're thinking of Ophelia if we have a second daughter. Just because
I have a couple friends who've named their daughters Ophelia.
It's a cute name, and we are a big fan of the band.
And they nickname them Loaf.
Loaf?
Don't know why.
Oh, look, it's Mr. Sushi.
Sushi, hey buddy, how are you?
But we're big fans of Lumineers, and the first concert we went to was them, and the album came out around the same time we started dating, and the one of the second songs on the album is Ophelia, so we're thinking like Ophelia Rose.
That would be pretty.
Yeah, but Naming is hard. And then if we have a boy, I want to name him Filippo. Keep the family name going, keep the tradition going. Especially since my grandfather just passed, I would like to honor him. But yeah, I don't know. Naming is hard. I just don't want to name my kid like
something
Bryce.
Too weird.
It's Bryce, or Austin, just like super white.
See, for a guy, like having a fairly like standard name is a lot easier. You'll be more respected in your field and not treated like a kid a lot of the time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
When you think about all these little boys with cutesy names, think of them as an adult with that name. It's not gonna.
My nephew's name is it? Yeah, is it technically? Yeah, my nephew. His name is Moses.
Poor kid.
Yeah. I was like, oh, dude, Jesus. Whoa, his name is You do not. Oh, wait. What is it? You do not look like a Bryce at all, Dubs. You do not look like a Bryce.
There's nothing wrong with the name Bryce. I know
nothing good with the
wonderful people named
There's
Bryce.
nothing good. I said there's nothing good with it. There's nothing bad. Whoa. There's nothing bad with the name Bryce. Actually, that's kind of a unique name now. Oh, Taylor's in here. Ophelia Arabelle. I like that.
Pretty, Tay. I like it.
I like that too. Thanks for running that by me, though, Tay. I'm gonna fucking beat you later. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Taylor's strong as fuck. Like if we actually got into a physical altercation, she'd
kick your butt.
She would beat the fuck out of me. Like, she is scary. And she's got mom strength on top of it too. So just like, she's you're so much tanner in Taylor's pic. Yeah, dude, this is what I used to look like. I was 30 pounds, 25 pounds, 30 pounds lighter. I was tan. I had hair.
You still have hair. Not as much maybe, but you still have hair.
It's very bad. But yeah, Taylor fell in love with that guy, and then she's stuck with this guy now. So
I am a lot heavier than when I married Steve, but he still loves me. So
see, that's the thing is, like, once you're in love and me and Taylor are trying to lose weight because we both, I don't think she has. I think she's perfect.
My first like long goal, like loss wise, is to get back to my wedding weight, and then I have another one from there.
I want to see, like, my problem is I've maintained my strength and my muscle mass. I've just put fat around it. So I'm heavier than what I was, but I'm also stronger.
And that's going to be done with diet more than exercise.
Yeah. So we got HelloFresh.
Yeah, you were saying that the other day when we were on that like 3.5 hour long stream.
Yeah, we're just trying to like be better. Also because we want to like be better for our kid. I struggled with weight my entire life, and I think it's because
so have I. So has Steve. So we're trying to change our habits before we bring a kid into our life.
I think for me, it's very much how I was not to shit on my parents, but like, I was around.
No, it's a nurture thing. I learned my eating habits from my parents too.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that for my kid because if she has my genetics, she's going to be more likely to be heavier set, and I want her to not get made fun of, be depressed,
right.
So I want to get it controlled now before she's old enough to be like, what I mean. So. But Taylor takes her to the gym. Like, she does the little gymnastics thing.
Baja Blast? Gatorade Baja Blast?
Who said that?
I'm sipping on Diet Coke today, guys. Sorry.
Dude, Baja Blast is the best fucking drink. And then right here, sushi. Yeah, when I was in high school, my initial like 40 pounds came from just cutting Mountain Dew. And like, honestly, you guys make fun of me for drinking this all the time, but like, I literally went from Mountain Dew to that and lost 40 pounds. I was drinking Mountain Dew. I drink more Mountain Dew than I do Monster. It was bad. Just chug it. And now when I have a sip, I get that weird feeling. Like I could feel like my body just rejecting all that sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've only been on diet soda or pop or whatever for years now. I don't drink the real stuff. The real stuff like makes me sick now.
When I have a real Coke, it always gives me hiccups, like right away. Like, because I don't drink normal pop, and this is why I also hate people who fat shame, is because it's not just about what you're eating; it's a mental thing too. You have to break through that barrier, and that's why you need to love everybody and be nice to everybody no matter what. And if you don't, I'm gonna kick your ass. So that's it.
You really worried about me being nice to people? Is that what I'm hearing?
You're really mean, Shay. You're really mean.
So mean.
So this isn't normal Monster. Like it says right here, there's only 10 calories in this, and there's 3 grams of sugar. So for an energy drink, this is probably as good as it's going to get. I can't drink the 0 cal. It gave me a stomach ulcer. It's almost 0 cal. It's almost 0 cal. I'm gonna fat.
I love Taylor's comment. You should pull that up.
Where's it at? I can't see it yet.
The bottom one.
I'm not stuck. My husband has it going on. Oh, thanks, babe. Yeah, she definitely makes me feel good. She's very positive.
Steve tells me all the time, "You're stuck with me." I'm like, I don't feel stuck, dude. Like, I'm happy.
I don't feel stuck either. I don't know.
I felt stuck in my first marriage. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not a good feeling to have.
No.
And he sounds like a piece of shit. We should go TP.
You're not the first person to say that. He really kind of was.
Huh? Flip needs a hug right now. We should go TP or egg his house.
No, we shouldn't. Like,
we should.
So long. I don't care anymore.
That's good.
Moved on. He's married to somebody else now. Like, I wish him all the best.
Yeah, I mean,
that's never good together.
That's a very mature and good outlook to like have.
Despite all the shit that happened to the two of us and what we went through, like, I hope he's happy.
My kid's cute, by the way. Thank you. Thanks, Sush. Does Taylor read any manga or has she? She's read the Little Witch Academia manga. And then she goes, I know, thank you. She loves our daughter. She's very
She's an adorable little girl.
Oh man! Like yesterday, all she wanted to do was just cuddle.
Aw, I'm jealous.
She is such a handful. I don't know how get Taylor to read Gantz. Oh, she would love Gantz. Oh, speaking of Taylor, hey babe, what are you doing? You're gonna go do the treadmill? Is she finally asleep? Okay, I love you. Yeah. Do you want to do you want to make me a sandwich? Oh, hey. Do you want to make me a sandwich?
No. The answer is no.
Oh, you're hungry, so you want me to make you a sandwich? I'll make you a sandwich. I love you. Shay, she says hi, by the way.
Hi, Taylor.
She says hi. All right, babe. Love you. Shut the door. No girls allowed in here. Okay, so ask Taylor for a hug. I will, but she was she's getting ready to go.
Ready for workout.
Yeah, she was. So
I get you. I get
it. Shay, what's the best thing at Taco Bell? It better be the cheesy gordita crunch. I just had one for the first time recently.
I'm a Del Taco girl, not a Taco Bell girl.
I'm
seems to have less processed, less gross ingredients, so I tend to eat there.
Taco Bell gives me explosive diarrhea, just instantaneously. The moment it
but if I do go to Taco Bell, I tend to get the Doritos Locos Tacos is what I tend to get.
Yo, yeah. I'm a very boring just chicken taco, steak taco. That's it. Just those those two. I don't like beef tacos for some reason.
Their beef is weird, so I only do it then, and it has to be the supreme one, so that has the sour cream to help kill some of the weird taste.
I'm starving. God damn.
Then go get you a snack and come back.
So when like all the food in our fridge has to be prepared, and I just I have the wrong genitals to be in the kitchen. So anyways, I'm just kidding. I'm in the kitchen more than Taylor because of work. So.
I know that, but seriously, what's that comment? What is that supposed to mean?
All the time I say I joke with Taylor a lot, and like I'll say that comment, and she goes, "Hey, you stupid fuck! You're in the kitchen more than I am." Like
exactly.
So I do talk shit, but I do, like if like I can tell she's having a bad day, I'll do the dishes. I'll help out. I just don't know how to do laundry, and
okay.
Also, I'm on a streak of this will be 28 years without ever doing laundry. So, hey Tay, how does it feel that I don't do laundry?
would rather you not do laundry.
You would rather me not do laundry?
Yeah, if you want something done right, you do it.
Oh,
yourself.
if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
That is harsh. That's mean. I think I'm
If it's
smarter
the
than
truth, then
I love you.
I love you too.
And
I miss you too. You said 30 minutes, and then you do your workout, and Shay and I will keep talking about smutty things.
hey, we're done with the smut conversation, okay?
Oh, we're done with. She's doing Smutathon on YouTube where she reads smutty books with friends.
Smutathon ended yesterday.
So
So I've been editing my vlog
ended
together.
yesterday.
Today.
She's been editing her vlog. Smut's like when like at the gas station you see those books and it's like a trucker with a 6-pack and like he's got that dick root going on. You know what I'm talking about? You've never seen those books?
No.
Well, I'm gonna buy you one because apparently
I will point
helps
you in
her
the right
speed up.
direction of some decent ones. How about that?
What's that mean?
I'm so confused.
I'm confused too. I don't know anything about smut, so it's like hentai, but with words. You know, it's like So Shay read a bunch, and the covers are really dumb.
Not all the covers. Come on, cut me some slack.
You want me to show you a cover?
Yeah.
Here, what's a good book that I can Google, Shay?
Well,
With a
undercover bromance. It's not a bad cover.
undercover bromance. All right, undercover bro. Taylor just goes, "Oh Jesus."
It's a good cover. It's not a bad cover.
No. I want something with a hot dude on the cover.
Okay, then Rocky Mountain Heat.
Rocky Mountain Heat. That sounds like something that you'd catch from a fucking hippie. Yeah, look. This is the kind of stuff Shay is reading. Like, look at this.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
It's actually a
Jesus,
really
Shay.
good
Taylor
story.
just
So
goes,
don't
"Jesus,
even.
Shay."
It's a really good story, so don't judge.
It's a good story, she said. It's got a good story, Tay. Just like how some people go to Hooters for the wings.
Oh gosh.
I go to Hooters because the wings are so good. Anyways,
There isn't
get
a,
outta here.
I don't think there's a single Hooters left in the state of Utah now.
There's no Hooters in Utah.
I don't think there are. The only one I knew about is closed now. So,
I mean, it's kind of. I've never.
and it was a good half an hour from where I live.
Are they Mormon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they still wear the underwear?
Taylor wants to know: do you guys wear the underwear?
I've answered this question before, and yes,
Yes.
Do people still do that?
Yeah. You should get a pair.
do I need to explain the underwear? I will explain.
No. Don't. Let's not explain what the underwear means. It's fine.
No, it's a symbol of a covenant that I made with God. That's what the end.
It's supposed to be a symbol of a covenant she made with God. Like that's like why you wear it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that I just wondering.
Oh, she was just wondering because she doesn't know if that was like obsolete or if that was.
No,
still
it's still a thing.
It's still a thing. Okay. Just like how
It's still part of our covenant that we made.
just like how the man is the head of the family as Christ is the head of the church. I'm number one. You're number two. I'm just kidding. Which is the only Bible quote I know, and Taylor will just rebuttal it with an actual quote that like disproves that, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I was just saying that, and it goes on to say that
It says what?
the wife is the head.
The wife is
I don't know.
the wife is the head.
This
of the
always
state.
brings me back to my big fat Greek wedding, where it says the man may be the head, but the woman's the neck. She can turn it any way she wants.
Man, that's good. The husband's the head, but the woman's the neck. She can turn it any way she wants. That's good. That's good.
It's kind of true.
My wife.
Because if anyone's going to have an influence over the head of the family, it's his wife, it's his spouse.
But Filippo, the husband loves his wife like Christ loved the church, putting his life down
That's
for
what
her.
I was gonna
Dude, I would.
It's true.
I do. I think I'm a pretty good husband, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I literally I wouldn't be grinding 80 hours in 5 days to provide for my wife and kid if I didn't love them. Like I adore them, and I do kiss your ass.
This isn't about that.
I love you. Now go work out so we can hang out. We're gonna catch some Rocky Mountain Heat later. You want to? We'll see. That's a maybe. Don't get my hopes up. Rocky Mountain High. I love you, Tay. Bye bye. Okay, I gotta give her a kiss.
Okay.
I love you. Bye, kiddo. Whoa. Anyways, guys, we're back. What's going on? So,
So should we talk about manga on this stream? Because we haven't yet at all, except for what I brought up Thirsty Thursday.
yeah, we haven't talked about manga at all. We've talked about religion.
And we've been on here for 45 minutes and we haven't talked about
honestly,
because you're obsessed with smut when you talk to me. It's funny.
I mean, it's just I was gonna just like I was talking to you to like slightly make fun of you about the smut and tease you a little bit, but then I like actively was like trying to understand the appeal, and then I was like, okay. So Taylor did get mad at me the other day because if I make jokes about Jesus or God, she gets a little upset. And I was trying to understand the concept of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, because Jesus is God, and like all this shit. And I was just like, okay, I was trying to understand. So the way I said it to her, I was like, is it like King Ghidorah on God in the Godzilla film where it's one body but three heads and they all have different personalities? You want to use my wireless headphones? No, because you have to like pair them, and I don't know how to. So don't. Yeah, you can have those. All right, love you. So she was like, "Flip out! No, God is not like King Ghidorah." I'm like, "Okay, well, let me hear." You got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, but they're all one thing, which is the body, and they all have their own, personalities. And she was just like, "Shut the fuck up! You don't know what you're talking about at all."
I would agree with Tay on that.
Has Shay read anything on your shelves, Flip? Let's talk about that. Okay, this is a good game. Okay, so Berserk.
Okay.
No. Berserk.
No, not Berserk.
Lone Wolf.
Requiem of the Rose King and Yona.
Okay, those don't count. Those are for girls. Okay,
Hey, those are not for girls. They are for anybody who wants to read them. Thank you.
Rose King is phenomenally written. So,
right.
So Lone.
I knew you would love it.
It's really good. But Lone Wolf and Cub.
I have not read that one yet.
Gantz?
No.
Don't. There's a lot of sexual assault in that. Hellsing?
No.
Blade the Immortal?
No.
Attack on Titan?
No, but I've seen almost the whole first season of the anime.
Okay, that kind of counts.
Well, because I have to do it in small doses.
There's no such thing as for girls. I know. I was completely joking because that's that was like the whole controversy, right? It was like, people saying shoujo's for girls. I don't give a shit. Battle Royale?
No.
Vinland Saga?
No.
Blam?
No.
Knights of Sidonia?
No.
Doro Hey Doro?
No.
Dead Demons, Dead Destruction?
No.
Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage?
No. Anything with in the title, assume no.
Biomega?
No.
Inuyashiki?
No.
Claymore?
Yes, but not Inuyashiki.
Claymore?
No.
Vagabond?
Nope.
Rig Veda by Clamp?
Not yet, but that's on my list.
Devilman?
Nope.
Captain Harlock?
Nope.
Ultimate Muscle?
Nope.
Gundam? Any Gundam?
Neon Genesis, that's all.
That's
no
not Gundam, Shay!
I know.
I don't have that.
That's the only mecha I've read is Neon Genesis.
Wotakoi?
Yes. But again,
Youngman?
technically that's for girls, as you're saying.
Chobits?
Not yet, but that's on my list. When the new 20th anniversary edition comes out this year, I plan on picking it up.
Cardcaptor Sakura?
I've read the first 2 collector's editions, so yes.
So you've read 3 things on my show. which is actually really, I mean, besides Yona and Requiem, so like 5 things.
So 5.
Which is really cool. That shows you how diverse taste can be in manga.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would say
I know you haven't even tried half the things on my shelf, so.
Oh no, no, I haven't heard of Rocky Mountain Butt Plug or whatever it is. So.
Hey, I'm talking about my manga shelves, not about the.
Oh, okay. There's no like cross pollination over there.
Well, I've read Death Note, so there's that. Full Metal.
That's not good.
The one I've read. Astra Lost in Space. I read. I'm trying to think of the stuff that more of your people would like. I read the first 15 volumes of Fairy Tale, but I've gotten rid of them.
What do you mean your people? No one I know that's respectable likes Fairy Tale. What is wrong with you? Wotakoi is really good.
Fairy Tale.
I mean, Migs is the only person.
Fairy Tale was the first volume of manga I ever picked up because I enjoyed the anime.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, Arm of Cannon. Have you heard of Arm?
Never even heard of that one.
Yeah, it's okay. Girl from the Other Side.
Yeah, I love that one.
I love that series so much.
I'm current on that one. I buy that the day it comes out and I consume it.
Flip, how many hours have you streamed in the last 24 hours? Let's actually
a lot.
let's actually look and do the math. Surprisingly a lot. It's
been a lot. You spent a lot of time online, my friend.
So a day ago it was 3.5 hours. And then 2.5 hours, and then almost 2 hours, and then 2.5, another hour and a half, and then we're going on an hour. So a lot. a lot. Yeah.
By the way, Mr. Sushi, yes to Mythical Beast Investigator. It's fantastic.
Is it good?
Oh yeah.
Chris has been
2-volume series, and it's great.
Chris has been recommending me Kaiju Humanization Project. Because I'm like a huge Ultraman fan, and I'm probably gonna end up picking it up, honestly. So I thought you were grounded from streaming. Yeah, I thought so too, but Taylor.
I'm a special exception because Taylor loves me.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I woke up at noon, and Taylor goes, "Hey, I'm gonna put the baby down. Do you want to go stream?" And I was like, "Okay, you got your permission, your chicken permission. All right." Flip has uploaded too much content for me to keep up with. Yeah,
it's true. I still have streams I have to go back and watch.
Don't.
I at least want to go back and watch G's because
G told some shit like that's like happened in her past, and I was just like, what the fuck? And then she told me some shit off air, and I was even like, more what the fuck? I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
We talked like another 45 minutes off air. Like G is really nice.
She's fantastic people. She's rap in the community because she's not afraid to call it like it is. But
that's the first Flipcast in a long time that got downvoted like a lot. So I think it's because it's G,
which is really sad. People,
she's a very lovely person. She was very nice. Like she said, she's very she's very intelligent, and she's her fucking past, and then like she was cutting up and saying some shit that like I normally wouldn't wouldn't hear G say, and I was like, oh shit. I catch a vibe that G has had some trauma. I mean, I wouldn't say trauma. Like when she was a baby, like her story was like the one that made my jaw drop was her family. Her dad's from Australia, her mom's from California, and they had a fashion label, and they moved to a small town in North Carolina where they tried to hire people that were minorities in the small white town. So they hired all black women that were working, and the shop got shot up at one point by white people, and then they came home and they were about to walk in, and the cat ran in and ran out. So the dad called the cops, and it turned out that people had broken in, spilled gasoline everywhere, and rigged the electrical system so that when they turn on the lights, the house would explode. Just fucking crazy. Just wild stuff. So yeah, she's a very sweet person. And what's it say? She loves me too, though she let me crash their date night for a stream.
Taylor.
Yeah. I don't know, Zach, she knows I love you a lot, though. She's like, she calls you Zach from Uchu Shelf because it just rolls off the tongue. Zach from Uchu Shelf. ShaeGeeksOut, that rolls off the tongue. So what are your 2020 plans in general? Like, what are your life plans? What are your channel plans?
Well, I'm focusing on my health, so I want to keep as much weight as I can and just live a healthier lifestyle, which I've been doing great at so far. I want to get my house more organized.
You said you lost like 12 pounds?
I've lost 11 or 12 since my peak at the end of December.
That's awesome.
which was shortly like the day or two after Christmas when I was dealing with all the stress of the clothes and all the holiday food and all that kind of
Stress
stuff.
can add to the weight too. It's like it's and sleep too. That's why I'm fat.
Yeah.
I don't sleep. So you want to be more healthy.
I want to get my house more organized. While I was an owner, my house kind of went to crap when it comes to organization and things. So I want to do that. I'm starting my library makeover next week, so I am excited to share that with everybody. I would love to double my subscribership in 2020, but again, that's something kind of out of my control. So I'll just do my best, keep making good content, and hope people like it. I'm really close to 1,500. I'm like 5 subscribers away or something. So I'd love
Go
to
subscribe, guys. There's 23 of you. Go
Oh gosh, I'm sure a bunch of them already are, which is why they're on this stream. So it's all good. But when it comes to that, I'm kind of just taking a beat this year because I was so overwhelmed for 3.5 years. I'm only working 2 days a week now, and I'm just kind of taking a beat, taking a chill, taking care of me. And this year, my power word is progress. I want to just make progress on my health. I want to make progress on my home. I want to make progress on lots of things in life that I've been neglecting for years.
That's good.
And progress in my channel.
And you want to beat Steve?
No.
For me,
Never. I have never once been mad enough at him to even want to really like yell at him.
Really?
Mhm.
He's that wholesome?
We're just that good of a fit.
That's good.
Like, we're not afraid to talk about our problems, and we're not perfect. We have problems, and we just talk about it like adults. We don't yell at each other when we're
That's
upset.
good.
It's pretty clear, and we just kind of give each other some space to cool off, and then we talk.
That's good. That's good. And as much as I tease him, he's a great guy.
He's the best. He still thinks the fact that you want to be such good friends with him, it's like a foreign concept for him. He doesn't really have like guy friends.
Yeah, I don't either.
Growing
Besides,
up, he's only got a couple. So
I mean, honestly, this is gonna sound weird, but like I talk to the YouTube guys more than I talk to my real life friends, just because everyone's busy with a kid or like they're getting fucked up every weekend, and that's just not my scene. It's just
right.
It's easier to be like, hey Zach, do you want to talk about boring ass manga for the next hour, and then we always get on side topics about me and Zach are huge smut fans. So every time we get together, we're just shooting the shit about Rocky Mountain High and all that stuff. So
it's Rocky Mountain Heat. Get it right if you're going.
Right. That really does sound like something you'd catch from like a hippie. Like, oh, dude, that girl from Colorado came over. We hooked up. I got that Rocky Mountain Heat now.
You're the worst.
Right though. Goals for me is I want to get insanely. I want to have a prison bod where I have a little bit of a gut, but just absolutely jacked. So
you want to look like Fat Thor, where you just had a belly.
Yeah, dude, Fat Thor was fucking thick. My arms are actually really fucking big. Taylor the other night was just like, she was like, how the fuck do you work out like 1 week and you're already like you're back to how like your arms and traps and your chest look the way it looked when we first met. I'm like, I don't know. So I want to get rid of the gut. I would like to get taller, but that's not going to happen. I want to read more manga. Oh, it's a kitty. Taylor
One
wants
of my
a cat
children. This is Light Song.
Light Song?
Light Song. Uh-huh.
Taylor wants a cat.
Sure.
I said no. No cat. No cat.
We have 2 cats. I wasn't home enough for dogs for a really long time, so we didn't want dogs because we couldn't give them an appropriate like living situation where they got walked often and things like that. So we have cats and chickens. We have 3 chickens.
You guess? Oh, dude, my in-laws have chickens, and they accidentally bought a turkey in their batch of chickens. So,
oh gosh,
like that like stage when they're growing, one of them looked like a fucking dinosaur, and we were like, "What is wrong with that chicken?" And then it ended up being a turkey, and now it's just, it's huge, it's massive.
Yeah, I bet.
And then
turkeys get really big. I mean, we had pretty big chickens. We got heavy layers, so they tend to be bigger because they lay a lot.
I love chicken. It's delicious. My in-laws have them for the eggs. You know, so like they'll like
That's what we primarily have them for as well. And Steve wanted a bird. And I'm like, I don't want a stinky parrot or macaw that's gonna outlive me, dude. Like, you can have chickens.
I would love to have a parrot to teach
It
it
is
like
then.
teach it like the F word, you know? You know, just teach it to say "fuck you." You know, that'd be hilarious. I had a Furby. I taught my Furby to cuss in Italian, which is pretty cool. And I would bring it over to my grandparents, and they would be like, "Oh." My favorite memory of my grandfather, speaking of cussing in Italian, is
I agree, Tyrone. My roommate as a cat is an excellent anime.
Is it?
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so pure. I love it.
I don't. I just don't like cats. I don't know. There's just something about them. They're like little demons. Plus, I'm afraid it's gonna tear my shit up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like we have really ratty couches because the cats kind of tear them up right now. We're
I would be
getting new
pissed.
couches this year, maybe.
I would. Speaking of cats, have you watched Don't Fuck with Cats?
No.
So we didn't know what that was about. We thought the title. We thought it was a funny thing, and we were watching. And we're like, what the fuck? It got dark, and Taylor.
I
and
can
were
believe
glued
it.
to our seat. It's good though. It's really good. There is someone in town here who's killing animals. It was the guy who was on Ellen. Not Ellen. Yeah, not the guy, but someone threw a dog here into a lake in a cage. And
Oh gosh, poor thing.
So, yes, someone rescued it, and they ended up being on Ellen because he like adopted it. But there's people like there's animals like cats and dogs getting killed around here, and Taylor's like, I think there's a serial killer that's like forming because the first step is
Probably.
you kill animals, and
Our
then
first step is animals. Yeah.
and
Like
yeah,
domestic animals.
that shit fucks with me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just I don't like cats, but I wouldn't chop one up or feed it to a python. Like there's so many. And then that dude, Lonzies is right. That documentary, that dude set things up years in advance to make sure like he could possibly get off with it. That just were mind blowing. Flip, my roommate is a cat. Will resonate with anyone who has depression or live with a pet. It's not for cat people, really. Really.
It's true. It's about this guy whose parents have passed away and he lives in their home and he's an author and he's just kind of down in the dumps and depressed and he ends up finding this stray that finds its way to his house. And so he kind of takes it in and takes care of it and kind of deals with his depression by taking care of somebody else. And it's really sweet. It's really cute. It's just so pure. And my favorite thing about it is you don't only get the human perspective, you actually get it from the cat's perspective as well, who like got separated from her entire litter and was worried about all of them. So she kept trying to like get away and all this stuff. Like it's so cute. It's so good.
I might if I wasn't on.
It's
I
worth
said
a
Vibe
try.
Band, but I
Watch
said
like the
Vessel.
first 2 episodes. And if you're not liking it by then, don't keep watching.
Oh, it's an anime. Okay.
Mhm.
Is it on Crunchyroll?
Yes.
I'm gonna check. You know what? I might actually watch it. Chris said my kid might like it. My kid liked Akira, which I allowed her to watch.
Honestly, she would really enjoy it. The animation is super sweet. It's really cute. And the personality of this cat is awesome, by the way.
What's it like? Is it like me? Is it just super awesome and rad?
No.
Or just,
It's
okay.
cute.
Is
It's
it like
sweet.
okay.
But she's very
Which I'm not.
protective. She's very protective. It's
That's
great.
good. I'm trying to think of like what is coming out for you, Shay, that you're excited about besides
So much.
your gas station books.
That's why I do my releases on my radar videos. Like I talk about it every month because I get excited for a lot of different things. One of my favorite things coming out this month is called A Heart So Fierce and Broken. It's a fantasy book. The first book was a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but this one's going to be different. It's not going to follow the same Beauty and the Beast storyline. We're following a different character, and he was like my favorite character from the previous book, so I'm super excited. And let's see, manga-wise, there's so much coming out this year. They did a lot of shoujo and josei for this year, and I'm really excited. I know a lot of you guys are like a little bit sad about that because there's so much, and that doesn't really appeal to a lot of you, but I'm really excited.
I'm excited for the Transformers manga.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the only thing that's like announced that I don't know. I'm like at this point where like I've read everything I've wanted to read. I'm still gonna collect, like Yona and Rose King and Golden Convoy and Wodakoi and like Grand Blue Dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like new releases announced. There just hasn't been anything that's like
Stood out to you.
my taste. So and it
People
sucks,
hated
especially
on
with me
it.
being
Like
so
I'm actually really
into
excited
mecha,
for Primitive
and
Boyfriend.
that's like
Flip, you still there,
you
buddy?
know, Shay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, that's weird.
Now you're moving again.
The stream froze for me.
Yeah.
I've been getting into books. I started reading this series, Warhammer
Which one?
40. Warhammer 40K, The Horus Heresy.
Okay.
And I've always been interested in the like tabletop game, but it's just so much work to like paint your figures, get everything set up. But
Right.
I like the lore.
My older brother played Warhammer as a teenager. Like he had the figures and everything.
That's because your brother's cool.
He and his buddies all got together and did it. Like they all did it together.
But I like love the lore and I love the world, so I picked up the first trade on this. It's like a 42 book series. Like it's super long, so it's brutal, like bloody, gruesome. But I'm super hyped for this at the end of this month we're getting God Mazinger, which is a really cool Mazinger entry in the franchise where it's the robot gets like teleported to like a fantastical world. There's swords and but it's still a giant robot. And then next month, Discotech's putting out City Hunter, which is a really good anime franchise, and they're also putting out Psycho Armor Govarian, which is one of the shows one of the mech shows Go Nagai created when he was doing a lot of work. So I'm super excited that we're getting those. They're still putting out old 70s, 80s mech shows that are just cheesy and fun. Like I love that stuff the way you probably love smut. Like everyone
probably
everyone
it's probably pretty similar. But
everyone makes fun of me, and it just
I read a lot more other than smut. Like I read way more fantasy than smut.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Shut your mouth. You're the queen of smut.
I am not the queen of smut.
I have a lot of fantasy books too. Like this is a really good series that I recommend you pick up. It's
Have you tried the Wheel of Time series yet?
Yes, I have read the Wheel of Time series. Well,
all of it.
Phrase that. I've listened to, I would say probably 90% of the Wheel of Time series, but it's been years.
But it's 14 books long. Have you really?
Yeah. Okay. I read. I did get to the point where Bryan Sanderson started writing, so that's like towards the end.
Okay, yeah. That's the majority of it then.
I went through a huge phase, especially I want to say season 2 of Game of Thrones. I think it was around that time where like I had read all the books at the point,
because there's a Wheel of Time TV show coming out later this year,
and Amazon's doing it,
and I'm freaking excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess, is more what I should say, because this could be hard or do really well. My gut says it's going to do really well from what I've seen of casting and table reads and all that kind of stuff. Like each thing I see, I get a little more excited, but I'm still nervous. What don't take to this like they took to other things.
So far, the casting's been pretty solid.
Oh, it's been so good.
So I don't know. I'm not like an expert. Like I know one of my favorite booktubers, Daniel Green, is like.
I didn't know you watched Daniel Green. I've been watching Daniel for years.
Yeah, me too. I love fantasy books. So I mean, I just don't ever talk about that stuff because I feel like the time investment into a novel versus especially a series versus that's why I picked this up.
If you want long form like content, those big series are a great way to do it.
Yeah,
each book you like make a little review, you save that. You can do like 3 at a time and put it together in a longer format review.
But yeah, this is called the Chronicles of the Unwin Throne, and it's about there's only 3 books in the main series, and then there's
the big series that Steve is into right now. Wheel of Time is like one of his favorites of all time. The big one he's into right now is called the Spellmonger series. It's in English, but all of the books are on Audible.
Okay.
That's the big one that he's loving right now, and he's actually on his second read through of it, I want to say.
What's that? Oh,
His
Stormlight
trilogy
Archive.
is solid as well. Those are nice, big, fat, long books, but there's only 3 of them. I want to reread the first 2 before I read the last one. The last one came out in December.
Okay. There's have you read Stormlight Archive by Bryan Sanderson?
Yes. And the 4th book comes out this year. I'm so excited.
I've
I
only
plan
read the first one.
those 3 before book 4 releases.
I don't understand how Sanderson can just
And we're
crank
supposed to have
out-
the 5th book by 2023 if all goes according to plan.
How does he crank out books? Like he's a machine. And they're like
It's his full-time job.
I've never read a Sanderson book and been like, that was bad. You know what I mean? Like they're always
Same
they're
here.
always
I have
good
yet
to
to
great.
find one. My favorite Sanderson work is Warbreaker, which is actually a really unpopular opinion. Most people don't enjoy it like I do.
Do you read any I can't think of the series. I read the first novel. It's a trilogy of books. It's like it mixes like colonial times, like like there's like gunpowder and guns with magic. I can't think of the fucking name of the series, but I wanted to read it all, but I ended up just getting sidetracked. And it's like the author's like main work. Daniel Green shouted it out a while ago, and I picked it up. But who are some other good booktubers?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for, honestly.
I like
you like Daniel, you probably like Murphy Napier. They read very similarly, but she's also really exploring manga now, which is great.
Who is that?
Murphy Napier. It's a female booktuber who actually MERPHY. Because they've like done collabs and stuff in the past. Murphy and Daniel.
Okay, yeah, I've seen this face.
I've
seen this face.
Yeah, she's fantastic. And she does really thorough reviews, like individual reviews of big fantasy series. So it's actually really fun. She's one of my favorites. I've been subbed to her for a couple years now. Elliot Brooks is also reading a lot of. She's got a husband who's really into like comics and manga. So she's starting to explore.
Yeah, her husband. I don't know if we're friends on Facebook or we're just like we're in the same groups and we talk actually quite a bit.
Oh, Elliot's husband?
Yeah, he's actually really nice.
Yeah, he's awesome. Those are a couple that I really like. Natalie from Book of B, she's a booktuber and a manga tuber. I really love Natalie. She probably doesn't read similarly enough to you for you to enjoy her as much.
I just like watching content, so it doesn't even matter if like if Daniel Green's talking about Wheel of Time.
Honestly, if you want like booktube like goals for like organic style content, Books and Lala is who you want. She is so creative with her content, but she does a lot of long form content where she'll like take on a project and read like a certain type of book for like 3 or 4 different books and just vlog it all and then put it all together. She's fantastic. I love her.
Okay, are we back? Hello?
I'm back here. I've not gone anywhere.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know what is going on with my
I'm here,
internet, but
on my end, I'm good.
Let's go ahead. I think because it's storming here really bad, so
it's
let's actually go ahead and wrap it up because I think Taylor's going to be done here soon. And,
okay, well, yeah, Books and Lala. That's who you want.
So yeah, let's go and wrap it up. Shae, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Shae, thank you for coming on again. I mean, you're on all the time, so and I would love to have you on again.
Anytime.
We'll probably end up, I'll probably shoot you a message, or I'll be doing a live stream and be like, hey,
come jump on.
Let's go ahead and get you in here too. So yeah,
sounds good.
Anyway, Shae, thanks for guys. Thank you so much to everyone.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Have a good one.
Bye.